I grew up in the East Falls Projects in Philadelphia, and there was one story that terrified every kid there. Now, some of y'all think growing up in the projects was all grit and gravel, but trust me, there were spooky stories too. Now, I was only about 8 years old when we left East Falls, so I can't say for certain whether this story was true or just one of those stories parents told to keep kids in line. East Falls had rows of connected homes, but it also had what we thought of back then as two massive high-rise buildings that were 14 stories tall. They were abandoned with broken windows and chain-link fences with holes big enough for curious kids to squeeze through. My older brother and I had a shortcut we called the back trail that took us past those buildings to the neighborhood store. Every time we got close, he'd stop, look at me and say, "We run on 3." And we did, booked it right past those buildings, every single time. The story went that a little girl, also from the projects, around 5 or 6 years old, with curly brown hair and a smile everybody knew, disappeared. This was back when missing children appeared on the backs of milk cartons, except poor black kids didn't always get the same attention. But the community rallied. Neighbors searched, police searched, firefighters searched. One search team was assigned to the abandoned high-rises. They searched the first building, floor by floor. Nothing. By the time they reached the 10th floor, they were ready to move on and search someplace else. That's when the little girl's older sister came home from college. People said those two were inseparable. When she heard they were ending the search, she became hysterical. She was begging and pleading. She told the police chief she didn't care what anybody said. Something in her bones was telling her that her sister was in that building. So they reluctantly agreed to search one more floor. Just one more. On the 11th floor, in the back of a closet inside one of the abandoned apartments, they found the little girl's body. Now here's the thing. I don't know if this story was true. I was just a kid. Maybe it happened that way. Maybe details got exaggerated over time. Or maybe it was just a cautionary tale meant to keep children away from those abandoned buildings. But I can tell you this, my brother and I never walked past those buildings. We ran.